Hey guys, this is John, and this is another episode of Using the Clock as a Weapon. Let's open with G3 this time, playing Bazeev. Played this player in the past. It's been probably a few years, honestly. So I'm just trying to get a position. Turn up my sound just a little bit. I remember this player being very quick and pretty tricky, like a resourceful player. I definitely recall that. So let's just see if we can get out of the gate decently here. We have a reverse Benoni position. Go A3, hint at B4. Yeah. This is all consistent, what my opponent is doing. Let's play rook E1. Now, will black go for E4? I'm not a big fan of my position here, but let's see if black goes for E4 or not. They do not. I'm going to try to jam the center. Usually this is a bad idea, but I don't want to think too long. So let's try to jam the center. Play queen D2. Maybe this knight should be bound for... yeah, it's a good move he just played. Actually. Ugh, this is ugly. All right, let's go B4. I got to make this messy now. If you're going to be in a bad position, you can't be down on the clock too much either. Let's go rook C1. All right, so black's playing this very strategically. But maybe this gives me some chance to consolidate. Never mind, black's winning in exchange. They could also take this pawn here. I couldn't stop knight b3. It's one of those situations where I've got 3 pieces in forking distance. So they're going for the pawns. Honestly tempted to sack on c4, but that's probably bad. Everything looks bad, though. All right, let's take and hope. Oh, no, maybe I've turned the tables. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, that was a terrible game to start. Let's see if my opponent wants to rematch. I'm 3 points after that game. Okay, we got a rematch. Yeah, I was really out of sorts in that one, so let's try to do better. Let's just play our normal stuff. I have not played much fast chess recently. I've been focusing on those Lone Wolf games. So, yeah, no real fast chess for me recently. This move, I think I'm supposed to go bishop e6. Could take and play knight d5. Let's play a6. Let's just put a stop to the a pawn. Fianchetto the dark square bishop. Let's see if white ends up taking. I might take with the bishop in that case. If I take with the knight, knight e4 could be coming. Maybe knight c5. Looks a little annoying. Also might want to take on e3 if I get a chance. Well, let's see. This is more like it. I'm getting white to actually think. I'll take it. Okay, so let's take with the bishop. And if e4, I'll play bishop c4. Like so. Castle. Queen a4. Maybe bishop b5. How about rook c8? Rook d8. And let's go bishop e6. Hit the pawn. Oh, doesn't defend the pawn. I think that's a blunder, because if they take b7, knight g4 is looking pretty dangerous. Okay, they take e7. I didn't see that. However, I can take and play rook here and then take. Yeah, and now I can expect white to start playing very quickly because their position is bad and they know it. We both know it. Okay. Let's take like this. B2 might hang in the end. Let's take like this. Take. Rook b1. Okay. They do a bishop b6. Resourceful. Hmm. Okay, try to keep the time edge if I can, but that's an annoying move. I don't see a good way to play against that. I want to play bishop c3 to start. And on bishop b6, I'll go here, I suppose. Just to begin with. And now here. Rook c4 takes there. Yeah, White's trying to force a draw. Can I play like this? Okay. Now let's go h5. Rook a7, rook d6. And I need to speed up because notice he's got the time edge. And he's going to start playing fast, like virtual guarantee. It's a slight mistake on my end, but okay. Let's go here. Oh, did I get him? f5, g5, and I've got the threat of this, followed by bishop c5. So he has to go there, and now I think I go here. King e2, but I take g3, wipe out the pawns. Okay. All right, that's better. That's better. Let's offer a rematch. Oh, guess I wasn't able to get another game with him. You are not able to challenge German Bazeev, or Herman Bazeev. All right, well, let's look for a new game. I think he joined a game or something. Okay, yeah. So that second game went much more according to plan. I think when I played that first game, I was a little jazzed up to go, a little too excited. I played g3 for some reason. Didn't get a good position out of the opening. Missed practically every idea that my opponent threw against me. So, okay, let's get back in the swing of things against Watermelon Attack. 2563, I'll play the Rue Lopez. I'll play the exchange variation. You guys know I like my exchange variations. I don't play them just to draw, though. Let's be clear. I play them to win. Now, this is a line. Black can play this way. I don't rightly remember what to do, so I'm going to do this in G2, I guess. And D4, I suppose. The knight's going to come in somewhere. All right, let's start preparing for that knight coming to H4 in the future. It's not a threat yet. But if this queen moves knight H4, we got to watch out. It's obvious. Okay, so we'll go here. Oh, now E4 falls. Ugh. Knight H4, and I can't go to... Okay, fortunately, they didn't play knight H4 right away. Let's go check now. Bring this up. Not out of the woods, though. Queen H6 looks a little annoying. Oh, well, I will gladly trade queens with you. My gosh. That's a big favor I feel like Black is doing. And not just because I normally like to trade queens, mind you. Not simply for that reason alone. All right, let's go after this bishop. Of course, I hang this. Yeah, we're both missing stuff here. You can tell. Very sloppy play on my part, but I played it quickly and convincingly, so Black moved the bishop. Let's go A4. I'm not sure I want to initiate this trade. I'm going to hold off on that for now. Let's jump up and hit this pawn. Would love to go H4 if I can. H4 would be the dream. Can't really do it, can I? Okay, let's go here. Hold this back. Is H4 threat now? I mean, there's knight E2 stuff I got to watch out for. But I think I'm ready to play this. Let's do it. I've got everything stacked. Okay, we're going to get at least one trade, possibly two. Unenviable situation for black, because if they don't trade this second pair of rooks, I get the H-file. So I think black will trade. And maybe G5 followed by knight F4. Try to threaten knight D3. Okay, they don't trade, actually. They do not trade. Okay, so let's go here, maybe hint at rook F7. And knight F4. I think I can play knight G2 if I need to. Yeah, let's go knight G2. Just a little worried if I take the pawn, there might be some mating net ideas, so I'm not going to attempt that. And now we're going to go... Let's go B4. Uh-huh. About F4. Try to speed up a little bit. Maybe I should have thrown in rook F8, but okay, looks fine still. F5 on the agenda. Okay, I think now I'm going to throw in the check. And then I'm going to play F5. And I probably should have taken. I think taken was better. Let's take that. King A6, there's checkmate. Okay, now E5. This must be winning. These two pawns are connected. Knight's very far away. F6. Keep pushing. Okay, he's going to win that pawn. Still should be winning, though. You can have the C-pawn. That's cool with me. I've got my G-pawn. My G-pawn looks pretty fast. Check a knight F5. Okay. Should be able to handle this one. Take. Just block. Just to be safe. Okay. Hey, not perfect, but that's a blitz game for you. A 3-0 blitz game. Yeah, so that is a line. So black sacrificing the pawn. If you were wondering, black does not do well to take bishop takes E4 in the opening because they run into rook E1. So if they take the pawn, rook E1, that's bad news down the E file. But black can play this way. I don't remember this theory. I don't know if it's D3, D4. Rook H1, I guess, is a move. Yeah, I remember white's supposed to be a bit better, but I think black was doing well. Had black played knight H4 right in this position, I think I'm in trouble, actually. Yeah, knight H4. Because that hits the queen, and note I can't play queen F5, nor can I keep the queen defending the E-pawn. So I'd have to play like queen G3 or queen E2. Black takes. And black's in great shape here. Much worse for me. All right. 3 games down. Let's look for a fourth game, rather. All right. Playing Loki. Let's play D4 this time around. I have the white pieces again. Okay, I'll play knight F3. I sometimes play knight F3 on move 2 just to, temper the position, mitigate some risk. Queen C2. Some Catalan vibes. Just something to do. Let's go bishop G5. Theory is not really my strong suit these days, but I'm okay with that. I'm not an active competitive player. I sound like Hikaru. But I want to do well, but I'm also keenly aware that I have to be realistic with where I'm at in my chess right now. And I just haven't studied openings, invested time in serious theory in quite a while, to be honest. So, okay, now I think I have a decent chance to shut down C5. I don't want to do this, though. Yeah, let's play this move. Maybe knight a5 to come? Like knight e4, knight a5? Castles, so I'm going to do the same. Now, it's possible black might try to play c5. Everything revolves around black playing c5. I played a standard game maybe a month ago along the same lines. Very similar theme. So we can expect black to try to get that in. Let's see if black goes knight d5 now, because that might give me a chance to play queen a5. Or I might pull back to c1. Okay, knight there. Now, what if I... Knight d2, probably bishop. Let's play knight d2. Let's see where that bishop goes. Goes to d5. Yeah, so black is ready to play c5. I want to put a stop to that. I might have to play knight c5 myself, which I'd really prefer to avoid. But I don't see a good way to avoid that, so let's do it. Gotta take, bishop f6, queen c2. I mean, at least I did stop c5. Black has the bishop pair, but how valuable is that bishop pair? Remains to be seen, I think. Let's go bishop f3. I'm going to take that and play knight b3. And see if I can claim that my knight is actually pretty well placed here, guarding c5 and guarding d2. That's what I'm going to attempt to argue. Shall I take? I think I shall. Maybe rook a5? Is queen f1 a thing? I don't think queen f1 works. Maybe they could go rook d2. They go there, but now can I take? Don't see why not. I need to pick up the pace, though. I'm not using the clock as a weapon. Let's pull the rook back. This looks shaky for sure. Black has some compensation, no doubt. Let's go rook c1. c6. Queen c4, perhaps? Queen c4, rook d1. Yeah, that's the type of thing I am worried about here. It's just hard to make a move. Go king h2. Bishop e5, I guess, f4. I'm really spending too much time, though. I'm trying to work my way out of this, but it's not easy. Let's go f4. d2's guarded. This looks precarious, though. I'm trying to hide my king on f3. Probably a bad idea. But I'm trying it. All right, I'm going to give back a pawn just to try to simplify. Whoa. Go here. Take with a pawn now. I can take on b2, I suppose. Queen takes b2. All right, John, time to hustle. Let's go after the pawn on c7. Here. Yeah, and this is where I've left myself with little recourse. Not good. Am I getting mated now? Almost. F5. Ugh. Not much I could do there. Yeah. Yeah, that was tough position. I think I regret taking the pawn. Let's accept a rematch. Good opponent. I need practice. Hey, we get a Scandi. Yeah, didn't like that position I had. Okay, so this is highly likely to transpose to the knight f3 variation. Usually white plays bishop e2. Okay, they actually play knight c3. Now, I think in this position, I think I want to go queen h5. Let's castle. And see if we can argue that white may be a little overextended because the pawn on d5 is hard to guard. There's e6 as well, but we're threatening knight takes d5. And if h3, we could ignore it because white is not threatening h takes g4. I think we can ignore this. Definitely going to. Bishop d2. All right, let's take. Let's take with a pawn, which looks very ugly. And now I might take and play something like queen e5 check. I think I like that. Possible idea, bishop e2, maybe queen d6. Step back and eye up the bishop. So white steps away with their king. Okay. In that case, let's still go here. Still like the look of this. So I'm up a pawn. White has the bishop pair. However, I think we can be very satisfied with the result of the opening. Yes. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Let's go like this. And just put a stop to bishop takes a7. Possibly bishop a7 is not even a threat. But I want to put a stop to it. Just in case. Just for now. After that pawn. Attack again. Okay, rook d5 looks pretty good. Yeah, let's go rook d5, maybe maneuver for some of these weak pawns. Rook a5, probably the next move. There. Okay, so that stops rook a5. Knight d4. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. I'm actually going to go here. See what he does with that bishop. Puts it there. No, that's bad. Let's go here. Need to speed up. Let's go g6. White's coordinating a bit. Yeah, I've got this rook in an awkward spot. I don't like where I put this rook. I think it's still good, though. I just need to maneuver out of this now. Let's play a5. Whoa. Oh. Wants bishop f2. Wow. Did I really get my pieces wrong-footed like this? Guess I got to play e5. Maybe this is still okay. Getting a little worried about the time now. Let's play e4. Got to do it. Need to try to free myself. I'm going to take here. Can I take this? I don't know. I don't think so. I've really made a mess of this position, though. Check. Somehow my rook got into a really weird spot over there. It's hard to even explain how that happened. It just kind of did. Now I'm just sort of playing by instinct, guys. Let's go here. Try knight f1, I suppose. Trying something that's not working. Queen d5. Yeah, really sloppy games against this player. I hate to end the series on that note, but that's what I do in this series. I play 5 games. And losing in my Scandi, too, from an excellent position. Yeah. I traded. I feel like I did everything right in the opening. I'm up a pawn with a much better structure. And somehow those bishops and the pawns were annoying enough. Retreating the bishops all the way here. And I just got my rook tangled up. Yeah, in hindsight, I should probably keep this simple. Just play knight d5, knight, or knight e7, knight d5, something along those lines. I was trying to use the rook. c4 was a nice move. I was trying to use the rook to create problems towards the queenside pawns. But I have a feeling rook e5 was really pushing it already. Let's just look at that real quick. Go to my game history. Yeah, and then I had to find a bunch of moves, it felt like, at least, to keep me afloat. The engine says it's okay. But I feel as a practical matter, I really made a mistake by using a bunch of time here, going from 148 to 124, and then trying to justify the idea of rook d5. Trying to keep my rook active. That was, practically speaking, not smart. And the computer says this is still good. But it felt super uncomfortable in the game. a5. I played this so that I can maneuver the knight without running into knight b4. So bishop e3 is better. I guess that's okay. Yeah, I was worried about stuff like this, attacking the rook, but not only is a5 freed up in that case, but so is e5. Yeah, I was seeing some ghosts too. But here, I started having a bad feeling when I had to find e5, and it took me a while to do that. Can I take the bishop? Oh, I can. Okay, so I saw this, bishop c5, and then I stopped calculating after g6. It's just bishop f8. Bishop f8 or even rook g4. Yeah. So I think my opponent was semi-bluffing with this, but I stopped calculating at this point. I saw, by the way, that on rook takes e4, g7, I could play knight e7. Or I guess rook e8 as it turns out. But I sort of abandoned this because this looks scary. But looking at it now, that's... Yeah, number of mental errors. Really not a good session for me, guys. I'd probably give myself like a C in this session. C minus maybe. Score wasn't terrible, but that first game in this last game, and arguably the fourth game too, really pretty bad. So, well, at least I got these blitz games out of my system. I'm playing my 3rd Lone Wolf game tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And I don't know if I want to check anything else. What about this other game against this player? I think the position I had, I would not doubt if black was at least equal here. Yeah, black's better in this position. Not a situation I should be in blitz. I'm up a pawn, but it's so difficult to maintain this pawn. I'm overextended, and I'm also down on the clock. It's just not going to cut it. I think the position out of the opening was pretty good. I didn't play b4 because I was worried about a5, but again, oversight by me. I can take this pawn in that case at minimum. I was worried about some quick attack on the pawn like this, and I was unsure if I'd be able to defend, but this is always hanging in these lines when black plays a6, a5. All right, what can I say? My mood wasn't great today. I just had a number of slightly stressful things happen today, so probably I shouldn't even been playing blitz. But I was like, you know, let's fire up a game, a session. But hopefully that's something you can take away from this, is that if you're playing online and you're not forced to play for some reason, like you're not in a league or you're not making videos, you should be judicious about when you play, because there will always be more games to play and there will always be more sessions to fire up. So don't try to force it. And today, I think I forced it a little bit. My mind has not been 100% on chess. I think it'll be better tomorrow. But yeah, I think if I was focused, I probably could have scored 3.5, maybe 4 in these games. So, okay, that's how it goes sometimes, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, we'll try to do better next time. See you guys again soon.